strange story came out last week. We didn't really get to do it, so I thought we should revisit it. It's basically that police have said that they won't investigate if your car or bike is stolen from a railway station if it happened more than 2 hours ago. Seems a bit weird, doesn't it? Let's find out what's going on. Tom, very good morning to you.
Morning. Hi, Mike.
Yeah, good to see you. Obviously, an awful lot of people park their bikes at railway stations. I mean, I'm slightly smarting from the old crime wave of Britain at the moment. The back windscreen of my car was smashed in last week, and I had to get it fixed. But what's all this? The police saying they won't investigate if your bike is stolen from a railway station if it's more than 2 hours ago. I mean, my understanding from talking to people in the big wide world these days is that they don't investigate it much anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you couldn't really make it up. I mean, bike theft, 98% of bikes stolen in London are just, never found. Yeah. There's no real success rate. So the idea that the police are now going to actually just anything over 2 hours at stations where people actually leave their bikes there for the day, sometimes if they're commuters, it's crazy. I mean, it's going in the opposite direction. We need more help, not less, really.
Yeah. And what's their justification for this? Have they not got enough police? Have they not got enough CCTV? I mean, usually most of these stations are covered in CCTV cameras, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, the CCTV is there. There's one bike place in Watford, I think it was, had 30 cameras at a station. So that's not really the issue. I think what they're saying is that they haven't got time to go through it. It's not a good use of their time, if you like. So they're just sort of deprioritising it. And I think just sending the wrong message, saying basically that to criminals, to bike thieves, you're going to have a free run. Free.
But that's the trouble, isn't it? When this kind of story comes out, you just get the idea that, well, so nobody cares. I mean, some of the most dangerous places to park your car are railway station car parks, even though, they might have cameras there, because people know that, as you say, nobody will bother following up on it.
No, yeah, they're hotspots. Train stations, unfortunately, they are prime hotspots, and cars and bikes are vulnerable. I mean, yeah, it seems ridiculous of all the places to sort of, you're saying to bike, cyclists, leave your bike here. It's a sensible place to leave it. You don't need to leave it there, but actually, what we're going to do is leave it open to being stolen.
Yeah. I mean, what's the sort of the scene in places like the centre of London or the centre of Manchester? I mean, are bikes getting stolen from those places as well?
Yeah, I mean, stations are particularly vulnerable, but in London, there's kind of up to 200 bikes a day are being stolen at the moment, if you include burglaries in that. So, a lot of people are losing their bike. And the thing is, you stop cycling. I mean, people can't necessarily afford to replace a bike if it gets nicked. And about 25% of people stop cycling if they have their bike stolen. So, we want to encourage cycling. It's good for you. It's very healthy. It's good for the environment. So it just feels like in London particularly, it's going crazy at the moment. There are a lot of cyclists, and it's a good thing.
And do the bikes disappear, or do they just get used by the person that nicked them? Do they get resold? Because, I mean, the other problem here is there must be people buying stolen bikes if there's a demand for them.
Yeah, there's a real racket. I mean, if they're particularly expensive bikes, they get shipped on, they can get moved out of the country if they're worth a lot of money. But even your kind of average street bike, £200-300 bike, is getting, you have it nicked and it'll appear in a market somewhere that, or online straight away. And that's the problem. There's
But that's the problem then. That means that people buying these bikes are effectively, aiding and abetting a criminal enterprise.
Yeah, I mean, people should really be ask where they're getting this bike from. If they're getting it on Gumtree and it's 50 quid, it's bound to be suspect, to be honest. And people need to be a little bit more savvy and a bit more kind of, a bit more savvy about it, really.
Well, maybe you should get registrations on them, as I've always been banging on about, and maybe you could track them a bit more. Let me ask you about another story that's in the Mail today. Number of cyclists injuring pedestrians has hit an all-time high, apparently. Police recorded 603 accidents where a civilian was injured in a bike collision last year. That's up from 2023, 19%. I blame the way the roads have been redesigned, because particularly in London, I see people all the time stepping off a bus in one of these traffic islands and then walking to the right and then suddenly getting hit by a guy on a bike.
I mean, London streets really are designed for cars. They're not really been designed for bikes, and that's one of the problems, that there are these workarounds and lanes and things where it's not ideal, certainly for cyclists and pedestrians. So yeah, I mean, look, cyclists need to behave responsibly if they want respect on the road. It needs to go both ways. I get that, but pedestrians much more likely to be hurt and injured by a car than a bike, to be honest.
They are, yeah, but I mean, they're not so much now because the cars go so slowly in so many parts of London. But, you know, somebody needs to talk to Sadiq Khan because he won't talk to us, and tell him to sharpen it all up a bit, I think. Would you do that for us?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to Sadiq Khan actually about lots of things. I mean, he's got a lot on at the moment, but yeah, it's really important that people can move around the city safely.
It is, absolutely. Tom, good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Tom Fyans there, CEO of the London Cycling Campaign.